Hey guys, it's Max. Welcome to my Cyber Monday deal video. Now, I wasn't going to make a video like this because I honestly don't really enjoy making these kind of videos. And the last one took a lot of time and it turned out to be way too long. But I saw a few of the deals that came up today that are actually worth it and I'm excited about and I wanted to share. Plus, like some of you guys may know, affiliate links is kind of what really makes this content possible. Paid work that we do, shooting weddings, doing other commercial work, pays probably 3, 4, 5 times more than doing these YouTube videos. And the ad revenue is almost non-existent on YouTube. And it takes a lot of time to make these videos. But thanks to Live, I can create a video like this, share some of these deals. If the quality is worse, unfortunately, I want to get my live setup to be better, and hopefully it will be in the future. But I want to share these deals with you. I'm going to try to run through them quick. Now, so this is a live video, and the guys who are joining me live right now, we're going to do a short Q&A session after the video is done. So if you guys want to join in future live videos, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and enable those notifications so you guys will get a little ping on your cell phone or on your browser whenever we go live. So I'm going to switch over to just my browser view, and I'm going to show you guys the one deal I'm really excited about, and we'll just try to go through those quickly. Okay, switching over right now. All right, guys, so here we have the G85. Now, the subtitle of this and probably a thumbnail is going to be G85 for 300 bucks. Well, as you guys see, one of the deals for the Black Friday and this whole season right now is this G85, which is an excellent camera, basically a G7, but IBIS, better low light, a little bit better detail, weather sealing. It's a really great camera all around. Typically, it goes for this price, $998. But now we get this thing comes with a shoulder bag that's kind of worthless, and this lens that typically sells for $450. And the lens that is listed right here, 12 to 60, that's kind of the kit lens. Well, a lot of people don't like shooting with kit lenses, and you might think, well, why do you want this extra lens? You might not want it. My suggestion is sell it. That's what I'm going to say. So as you guys can see, this is sold out already. This is sold out on Amazon. This deal is sold out on B&H. But my friend Shadi that owns Image One Camera has a deal for you that is even better than this deal. And yes, they do have them in stock. So I have a link. The very top link that you guys see in the description is for his website. Same price, actually slightly lower, $997. There's no sales tax. If you're in California and they're located in Riverside, California, you won't have to pay sales tax. That makes it better. And their deal right here, they have the kit lens 12 to 60, 45 to 200, which is a $450 lens, and the video mic Go, which is typically like the MSRP is about $100 for that mic. I think they're selling for about $87, $88 right now for this mic, all for $997. So this is a fantastic deal. But how I listed for, you can get the camera by itself, the body, for 300 bucks. So this lens right here. So personally, if I was buying this, so if you need like a B or a C camera, or you're just starting out, if I was buying this, I would sell this lens right here. This would sell for $300 to $350 used. This will sell the $350, the 45 to 200 sell from $350 to $400 used. And the shocker mic, if you don't need it, you're at least going to get 50, 60 bucks, maybe even $70 for it as well. So buy this, and then you're going to get this camera for about $300 used. That's after like taxes and fees of selling some of your gear, unless you can sell it on Craigslist. And you will get this G85, which is a fantastic camera. Great camera just as a camera, you know, shoots 4K, great quality, or as a B camera to your GH5 or C camera. And really, if you're even shooting with Canon or Sony, it doesn't take that much effort to match Panasonic's to those other cameras. It takes a bit of an effort to match Sony's to other cameras, more of a pain, but Panasonic is kind of the best all around, and you guys will be able to match that. Let me switch back over to my face. Still trying to get good with this live streaming. There we go. Okay, so sorry that you guys had to stare at that screen for a while. So that's one deal I really wanted to hit on. Just the deal by itself is awesome, but if you're willing to put in a little bit of work in selling the kit lenses that come with it, which I don't really love. I think if you're going to get into filmmaking, you're going to want to buy some other lenses that are of higher quality anyways. But a G85 with the IBIS, the really good 4K quality, weather sealing for around $300 if you guys can sell those extras that come with it. So I have a link to Image One Camera, as you guys saw, that's sold out on B&H. It's backward and sold out on Amazon, but they do have it at Image One, and it's an even better deal than the other websites which are sold out. So if you guys are interested in that, A camera, B camera, C camera, if you're starting out, that's what I would suggest over Sony, even though I love my Sony cameras. That's my suggestion. Let's switch back over, and I'm going to try to run through these other deals fairly quickly. A lot of times these live streams just go on forever, and then people don't want to watch them. I don't want to watch a live stream that's an hour long. So let's switch over here back to this deal. Okay, I'm going to try to run through these quickly. So here on B&H, we still have the G7, which is, if you don't have the money or you don't want to deal with selling those other pieces of gear or just starting out, this is a great deal here. 500, a little bit under 500 bucks, but you also get a $50 gift card, and then you get a memory card with that as well, and a kit lens. So under 450 bucks, and you're getting a camera that you can use, you can learn. And this is my suggestion. If you're starting out with filmmaking, don't get a Canon, don't get a Sony, don't get a Fuji. Grab one of these Panasonics, learn how to manual focus, and it's just a lot easier to learn and use than a Sony camera. So great deal right here. And all of these links are going to be listed in the video description. If you guys buy through those, that helps me out. So the Best Buy, this deal, I don't have any affiliate links, and some of these I won't have affiliate links to, but this is a fantastic deal. So if you're going to be archiving your footage, backing up your computers, even editing off of this, if you're just doing compressed 4K, it's going to be great. Now, it's 150 bucks. This is an awesome deal. It typically runs for $200 to 210-ish, not 300. They always over-exaggerate here. But the hard drive that is inside of this enclosure is typically $250 by itself. So if you're going to be doing a RAID array, and I've been making some videos on some RAID arrays, you guys can pick up a few of these, maybe 4 or 5, instead of buying hard drives that are without enclosures. You're going to save a lot of money. You're going to save 100 bucks a pop compared to buying these without the case. You're going to have to open the case up and get the drives out of there, but these are fantastic drives to use. And I have a couple more RAID array setups, videos, reviews for external RAID setups coming out. So great deal here. If you need storage, this is by far the best deal that you're going to get. And it's on bestbuy.com. Next, okay, so this is another really great deal. If you don't have a 4K monitor yet and you have a 1080p monitor or something else, this is an awesome price. I did a review of this and a comparison with the $500 Dell monitor earlier, and now it's up for the next 6 hours for $270. This review is, don't ignore this review, basically. The guy got a faulty one and he gave it a 1-star instead of contacting B&H and figuring it out. But this has 99.5 sRGB, which is what most of us edit with. So if you're making videos for the internet, that's what you're going to be using. I would suggest going with this monitor for that price. If you've been waiting to get 4K, you're on a budget, this is going to be great for color grading, for just having a really nice display to look at. So I will link that below. Awesome monitor. Ryzen, I have to mention this again. So Threadripper processor, even at $1,000, it's a great deal. If you want a really high-end, very powerful PC capable of doing 8K editing, $799 now. I don't know why they're doing a price this low. I guess they have the profit margins, but if you've been waiting to build a high-end system, definitely this is the time to buy this. I think this is available for a few more days, and it's going to go away. And check out my 8K video editing build. Just search for Max Uri of 8K video editing, and you will see all the parts that I use for this system. Let's move on. If you do not have a backup battery system, you should, especially if you use a RAID array, because if your power goes out, you're going to be corrupting some data, and you can mess up your RAID array that way. And just in general, for any computers, for stuff that's important, if you're making money with filmmaking or photography, you need to buy a setup like this. I bought one a few years ago, and I have not regretted it. I've had power surges and stuff like that, and it makes it so much better. You can basically, my setup with 2 computers can run for about 45 minutes off of this thing, enough time to shut everything down. So this is a fantastic deal. If you don't have one of these yet, this is not something that you're splurging on to get a new lens that you really don't need. I suggest anybody who's doing any paid work have one of these. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Yi 4K 60. So the GoPro Hero 6 came out recently. It's $500. I do recommend it more so compared to this camera. I will have hopefully a review video comparison soon. I have a lot of footage I have to go through. But typically it's $340. It's a great deal compared to the GoPro Hero 6. But right now, for the next few hours, 2 hours, we have a lightning deal, $223. So this shoots 4K at 60 frames per second. It's one of the highest end or probably other than the GoPro, it's a the high end camera. Oh man, I'm like stuttering like crazy here. So I would definitely suggest this. Let me switch back to my face. There we go. You guys see I'm a live noob here. So this thing is less than half the price of the GoPro, and the image quality is actually better than the GoPro. You don't have waterproofing unless you put a case on it, which it actually comes with a case to do so, just like the older style GoPros. But the image quality is going to be the best you're going to get from a portable camera, and at that price, it's really a no-brainer. Now, let's switch back and let's talk about some computers. So I have a couple MacBooks for you guys, and I also have a Windows PC for those of you guys who are getting into editing or you want to edit on the go. Here we go. So this thing is a decent deal right now. $600 off. This MacBook Pro sells for about $1,800 used in my market. So it's a great value, but the last couple days they had it for $1,600, which was an excellent deal. I talked about that in my Black Friday video. So if you still need a computer, if you're editing with Final Cut, I should say, I would go for this. As long as you're not doing very heavy 4K editing, it's a good deal, and that's linked below. But it's not as great of a deal as it was, unfortunately. So if you really need one of these, I hope you picked it up a couple days ago. Now, this is a great deal right here. It's expensive, $2,500. This is the computer I'm currently editing off of. If you use Final Cut, I think this is the best deal if you want to do 4K video editing with color grading. It's not the 2017 model, but it performs almost as good, very close, and I would not buy the 17 if you can get the 16 at this price. So best CPU you can get, best graphics card you can get. Obviously, we have 16 gigs of RAM, and this is a 1 terabyte PCI SSD that is the fastest SSD that you can get, basically, for $2,500. It's expensive, but if you edit with Final Cut, it's going to do a great job editing video for you. Now, if you edit with Premiere Pro, I would not suggest this unless you aren't doing very heavy 4K editing, you're just doing light cutting, or you're doing 1080p editing, it's going to do a good job. But the Mac hardware is really underpowered from Premiere Pro, and you can get a Windows system that is better. Now, I'm going to talk about a Windows laptop right here for those of you guys who are getting into video editing and you're using Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve. Wish I had Vadim here to operate this so I don't have to keep switching over. All right, here we go. So this deal is today on B&H, $849. So this CPU is actually faster than that $2,500 MacBook Pro. This graphics card is actually as fast or slightly faster for Premiere Pro with 4 gigs of RAM. And we have 8 gigs, so we have 8 gigs of RAM, 4 gigs of video memory for the graphics card. This you can upgrade yourself to 16, and I think you can upgrade to 32 as well, and as a hybrid drive, $849. So this is going to perform, as long as you can upgrade that RAM, it's going to perform better than that MacBook Pro for Premiere video editing. So if you're just getting into it, or you want something to edit on the go, if you're not going to push it too hard, this is a really good deal. The only downside is that display, even though it is IPS, which is nice, it's only 1080p, and I'm not sure of the color accuracy. Most likely it's not going to be great for color accuracy. But what I would suggest in this case is picking up this display for $270. So if you're going to be doing some color grading and you're going to come home and you're going to do that there, you can plug in, have a much better video editing experience, and edit with that instead. But fairly good deal for Windows. You guys can see, of course, you're not going to get the build quality, and probably the speakers are going to be much worse, the trackpad, stuff like that, compared to a MacBook. But performance for the money kind of speaks for itself, as long as you're not editing with Final Cut Pro. Okay, so I was mentioning that came with the G85 kit. So 447 used right now on B&H for 360. And you're going to be, if you resell it, it's going to be a new one that you're reselling. And I just want to cover a couple more things that I covered in my last video. The crane, Giant crane, I probably am not pronouncing that correctly. $479. It's not really $170 off. It's $70 off because it's usually selling right now for $550. But this is, I love this gimbal. I've used the version 1, now the version 2, ever since it came out, and it is reliable and it does such a fantastic job. So if you've been waiting to buy a gimbal, I would pick it up at this price. This is typically what they sell for used. And right here, if you're shooting with Micro Four Thirds, $99 macro lens. If you want to shoot macro, it really is a no-brainer at that price. And for here, so this is Rhino. I love their sliders. I have the Evo slider. They're doing 30% off, better than they did on Black Friday. For you get the Evo Carbon and the flywheel, and you have to use the code Cyber Monday. So go to their website, put those in your cart. The Evo 24-inch carbon, which is the one I suggest. Put in the flywheel, which is what I suggest. So this is literally the slider setup that I suggest to somebody who wants to get a good slider. Put in this code, 30% off. This isn't an affiliate thing. This is just an amazing slider that I love. So that is it, guys. Let me switch back over. Sorry that wasn't super smooth on my end. I'll try to do better in the future. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to have all the links in the video description. Once again, if you don't need stuff, if you don't need gear, you don't spend the money. Don't get into all the consumerism and stuff like that. But if you have been waiting to buy something, have been waiting for some good deals, you have the money, and this is legitimately going to help you in your workflow, in just what you're able to put out, what you're able to create, then I would suggest picking something up at these prices. And everything I covered, once again, is something that's actually worth buying, not some of those fake deals where they give you the original MSRP that nobody's been selling that item for years, and then they give you a deal which is basically the same price that it's at. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go over and we'll do a little Q&A session. Those of you guys who are watching this video later, if you guys want to be able to get in on some of these Q&As, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and enable those notifications, and then you guys will be able to do so, because usually this part just gets chopped off when this video gets posted. So make sure you guys go do that, and I will see you guys in the next live session.